Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to discuss conditional distribution and density functions. In the last class, we have discussed about probability distribution function and probability density functions. Probability distribution function is denoted by capital Fx of x, and probability density function is denoted by small fx of x. And you already know what is conditional probability of A given B. Conditional probability of A given B means the probability of occurrence of event A based on the condition that event B has already occurred. It is given by probability of A intersection B by probability of B, where probability of B, this term, denominator term, is not equal to 0. Now in today's class we are going to discuss conditional distribution and density functions, right? So let us consider an event A. So here that event A is x less than or equal to x. We know this is cumulative distribution or probability distribution function. So here let us define conditional distribution. So the probability of x less than or equal to x given B is called as conditional distribution, and it is denoted by f capital X of x given B. It is given by probability of this formula, conditional distribution function, probability of x less than or equal to x intersection B by probability of B. So this event is called as joint event. And let us see the properties of conditional distribution function. So these are the properties which we have seen in the probability distribution function. The same properties whatever we have discussed in the probability distribution function, we are applying for the conditional distribution function. Let us see the first property, fx of minus infinity given b equal to 0. This is an uncertain event. For an uncertain event, the distribution function which is at minus infinity is equal to 0. This is a certain event. Certain event means here this is infinity. Fx of infinity given b equal to 1. Next, the distribution function lies between 0 and 1. So 0 less than or equal to fx of x given b less than or equal to 1. Next, if x1 is less than x2, then the distribution function, here the conditional distribution function, we write like this, fx of x1 given b less than or equal to fx of x2 given b. Next, probability of a random variable x if it lies between x1 and x2 given b, then we can write in terms of distribution function as fx of x2 given b minus fx of x1 given b. Next, this is a distribution function which is increasing. So conditional distribution means given b, fx of x plus given b equal to fx of x given b. These are the properties of conditional distribution function. Next, conditional density function. So the relation between conditional distribution and conditional density function is given here. We know that density function is derivative of distribution function. Fx of x given b equal to d by dx of fx of x. Next, the properties of conditional density. The density function is always a non-negative real number. So here the conditional density function is also a non-negative number. So it is greater than or equal to 0. Fx of x given b is greater than or equal to 0. And the second property of density function is area under the density function curve is unity. In the same way, here area under the conditional density function curve, integral minus infinity to infinity fx of x given b dx equal to 1. Next, the relation between distribution and density function. Distribution function is integration of density function, and density function is derivative of distribution function. So here distribution function equal to fx of x given b, conditional distribution, equal to integral minus infinity to x density, conditional density function fx of x given b dx. Next, if x is a random variable lies in the interval x1 to x2 given b, then we can write it as integral x1 to x2 fx of x given b dx. So these are the properties of conditional density function. The next topic is mean, variance, standard deviation of a random variable. So these are the different parameters we are going to discuss. For probability density function, mean or average value or expectation, and the second one is moment, and third one is variance, and fourth one is standard deviation. Now the first one is mean value, or we can also call it as an average value or expectation. So here we know that we are discussing about random variables concept. Let x be the random variable. The expected value or mean value or average value is denoted by e of x. Remember that you have to write in the square brackets only, and expected value is denoted by capital letter, and we write expected value to the random variable, so x is the capital letter. Remember the representation, expected value of a random variable is nothing but mean value, so it is represented by capital E of capital X, and we have to use square brackets only. Okay, so mean of a random variable we write as x bar. X bar equal to expected value of x. It is called as statistical average of x, or mean value or expected value. Now here we define mean for two types of random variables, discrete random variables and continuous random variables. Discrete random variables means it consists of discrete values, that means separate values at different time intervals. So here let us consider a random variable x with I number of discrete values x1, x2, x3 and so on xi. The mean value or expected value of x is given by this formula. Expected value of x equal to, since it is a discrete random variable, you have to use summation. Summation I equal to 1 to n xi probability of xi. Next, if g of x is a function, this expression is for random variable and this expression is for function. If g of x is a function, then the expected value or mean value is given by this formula. Expected value of g of x equal to summation I equal to 1 to n g of xi probability of xi. Next, for continuous random variable, we define mean for a continuous random variable here. Let us consider x is a continuous random variable. The expected value or mean value of x is given by integration. Since we are using continuous random variable, you have to use integration rather than summation. So integral minus infinity to infinity x into, here small x into density function fx of x, integral minus infinity to infinity. So this is the mean value or expected value of a continuous random variable. Next, for a function, let g of x is a function. The expected value, how we can write, expected value of g of x equal to integral minus infinity to infinity g of x fx of x into dx. Next, for conditional function, how can we write, expected value of x given b equal to some integration minus infinity to infinity x into density function, conditional density function we have to use here, fx of x given b. F, here it is capital letter, fx of small letter x given b. This is the condition that event b has already occurred. Next one is moment. Moments means there are two types of moments are there, moments about the origin and central moments. So nth moment at any random variable is denoted by this one, x power n. Nth moment at any random variable. Let us consider capital X is a random variable and n represents nth moment. So the function is given by g of x equal to x power n. Remember this formula, g of x equal to x power n. Now here, by substituting this one, we get the expected value of nth moment. It is denoted by mn. expected value of nth moment, it is denoted by mn, or it is moment about the origin. Integral minus infinity to infinity, substitute here, integral minus infinity to infinity x power n fx of x dx. So next one is moments about central moments. Central moment means here moments about the mean value of x are called central moments. So central moment is denoted by mu n. Moments about the origin is denoted by mn, and central moment is denoted by mu n. So it is given by g of x equal to x minus x bar whole power n. What is x bar? We know that x bar is expected value of x. Okay, so the central moment is given by this formula, mu n equal to expected value of x minus x bar power n equal to integral minus infinity to infinity, this is small letter, x minus x bar whole power n into fx of x. So substitute different values of n equal to 1 and n equal to 2. So if you substitute n equal to 1, you get this, and if you substitute n equal to 2, you get this. So this is nth central moment formula. Next one is variance. So variance is found by using second central moment mu2. So if we substitute n equal to 2, we get mu2. So this is called as variance. Variance is denoted by sigma x square. So sigma x square equal to mu2. Okay, second central moment is called as variance. Sigma x square equal to mu2 equal to expected value of x minus x bar whole square equal to integral minus infinity to infinity small x minus capital X bar whole square fx of x dx. Now substitute sigma x square. We know that sigma x square is variance, and it is denoted by mu2, which is second central moment, and it is given by expected value of x minus x bar whole square. Now expand this one using the formula a minus b whole square. So a square plus b square minus 2ab. Separate the expected value for the three terms. Expected value of x square, expected value of x, and here x square. Okay, now sigma x square equal to expected value of x square minus x bar square, because here expected value of x is x bar. So x bar into x bar is x bar square. X bar square minus 2x bar square is minus x bar square. Okay, so sigma x square equal to m2 minus m1. What is m2? Moments about the origin. So mn is given by expected value of x power n. If you substitute n equal to 1, you get expected value of x, that is integral minus infinity to infinity x into fx of x dx. That is expected value of x is m1 and expected value of x square is m2. So here expected value of x square is m2 and expected value of x1 x. Expected value of x is x bar. We already know this. Here it is x bar square means m1 square. So this is called variance. Variance is second central moment. Next one is a standard deviation. Square root of variance is called as standard deviation. Variance is sigma x square. If we apply square root to this, sigma x square, square and root will get cancelled, and the remaining part is sigma x. Sigma x is this one. It is called as standard deviation. So square root of m2 minus m1 square. Standard deviation is a measure of the spread in the function fx of x about the mean. And next parameter we define skew. Skew is called as third central moment, mu3. If you substitute 3 value here, if you substitute n equal to 3 in this, we get mu3. That is called as skew. Second central moment is variance. and third central moment is skew, and square root of second central moment is called as standard deviation. Next one, functions that give moments. So here there are two functions we define. The two functions are used to calculate the moments for a random variable. They are characteristic function and moment generating function. So first let us see what is characteristic function. So the characteristic function is denoted by phi x of omega. So phi is a characteristic function for a random variable x. It is given by expected value of e power j omega x, this formula, where omega is a random variable in the interval minus infinity to infinity. So phi x of x equal to, what is the formula for the expected value? Integral minus infinity to infinity fx of x, and here this part is e power j omega x dx. So this formula seems to be like a Fourier transform formula. So fx of x equal to, this is the inverse Fourier transform. Fx of x equal to 1 by 2 pi, this is inverse Fourier transform. 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity phi x of omega e power minus j omega x d omega. If we differentiate n times this equation, if we differentiate n times, we get this one. The nth moment of x is given by this formula. Mn equal to minus j whole power n d power n by d omega power n phi x of omega at omega equal to 0. Next, the maximum magnitude of characteristic function is unity and it occurs at omega equal to 0. If you substitute omega equal to 0, and this is expected value of 1. So it is 1. And next one is moment generating function. So the moment generating function is denoted by mx of v. It is given by e power expected value of e power v into x. This is v is another random variable. We can take any random variable. So here in the moment generating function we are taking v as the random variable. Here in the characteristic function we have considered omega as the real variable, and here we are considering as the real variable. Sorry, x is a random variable and omega is the real variable for characteristic function, and v is the real variable for moment generating function. Okay, so mx of v equal to e power expected value of e power vx, and by using the formula we can write mx of v equal to expected value formula integral minus infinity to infinity fx of x into e power vx dx. Remember, these topics we are all discussing only for the density function. Okay, so that's why we are using the density function here. Next, if we apply n times, we get this formula mn equal to d power n by dv power n mx of v. And next problems we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you for listening to the class.